Okay, here it is. And trust me, this is going to be just as scary for me as it is for you, but this is a podcast to replace the lecture so that you don't have to come to class. And the topic that I want to talk about today is local television. That is the structure of a local television station and some of the opportunities and personnel that work at a TV station and opportunities that might be available for you, especially in regards to internships. So let's get right to it. The first person we need to talk about is the general manager. Now the GM is in charge of basically everyone at the station, and he or she hires the managers that manage all of the departments. And I'll break down some of those departments in just a minute here. The GM maintains positive relations with the network, whether it's ABC, NBC, CBS, or Fox. He or she negotiates the syndicated programming, those contracts for programs like Dr. Phil, Oprah, Wheel of Fortune, and Jeopardy! The GM is responsible for making sure that the station follows all of the regulations that it must adhere to, that the FCC has certain obligations such as license renewal and public affairs commitments. And finally, and most importantly, the GM makes sure that the station is making money. If the station's not making money, it's not going to stay on the air, and it's not going to be able to pay the personnel that provide the news and production support. Okay, the next position I want to talk about is the chief engineer. And his or her responsibility is primarily for keeping the station on the air, all of the technical aspects of that. And it's a big responsibility. The chief engineer hires all of the people that operate and maintain and install the broadcast equipment. So a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff occurs because of the engineers and technicians who make sure all of this complicated machinery is working. There are also many behind-the-scenes positions in production, headed by a production manager, or sometimes called operations manager. Now this person hires the directors and the camera people that work in the studios, as well as the PAs, or production assistants. Those positions are a vital part of the newscasts, the behind-the-scenes production in the newscasts, as well as any other sort of studio functions, such as commercials or promotions, public affairs, and special programming like parades or telethons. Okay, the next position is the sales department. The sales manager is in charge of the account executives that go out and sell the advertising to the local, regional, or national clients. Another division of sales is called the traffic department. Now, traffic does not refer to the people that go out and monitor the situations on the highways. In this case, traffic is the department that once the ad is sold by the account executives, traffic schedules those commercials in a programming log. In other words, this division, traffic, determines at what time and what day those commercials will air during the programming day. Some stations, especially larger stations, have a program manager. Now the program manager is responsible for purchasing the syndicated programming like Oprah, Dr. Phil, the ones that I mentioned earlier, as well as maintaining a program schedule for organizations like TV Guide and that TV scheduled channel that you sometimes see on your local cable system. And also this program manager answers any programming questions or complaints that viewers have. And trust me, viewers always have complaints and questions at a TV station. Enough of that. Let's go ahead and talk about the business manager, which is the finance part of the TV station. Finance manager, business manager handles all of the billing or advertising. So once the ad is sold by the account executives, the business manager makes sure that those advertisers pay up so that the station's making its money. And there are also some human resources functions that are associated with the business manager. The final position that I want to talk about today is the news director. And the news director is in charge of all of the content contained within the newscast. He or she is responsible for hiring the producers, the reporters, the news, sports, and weather anchors, as well as the photographers. The photographers are the people that go out and carry the cameras out on news stories and bring the video back. The news director also works with news consultants who offer advice on the look and the content of the newscasts. If you're interested in doing work in front of the camera, that is, if you're involved with sports or weather or news program, you want to become a news reporter, you're likely going to want to send your resume tape to the news director. And this is a part where internships are available for not only news but production as well. And the great thing about an internship, and the valuable thing for an internship, especially for a college student, is you may find a job that you like at a TV station. But more importantly, you may find through an internship there's something that you wanted to do at a TV station that you end up not enjoying. So an internship works both ways. You can find something you love, but you can also find something you hate, and you may not spend all your college career studying something that you may not want to go into. I went to school with several people who learned on their internship that, my gosh, this is not what I want to be doing the rest of my career. So it can be pretty valuable. The last thing I want to show you is that all of these departments work together for one goal. In fact, I gave an example here that, for instance, during a newscast, the news department works with production as well as with engineering to make sure that newscast gets on the air and stays on the air. Production, sales, and finance, they all work together to produce the commercials for the station and to make sure that the advertisers are billed for the product that you see that runs on the air. Well, there it is, a brief look at the structure and organization of a TV station. If you have any questions, be sure to email me or call me. In the meantime, I hope you have a great break. And remember, I'm keeping my eye on you.